You're listening to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
Up a ring and onto the mic. Golden locks, throwing chains on tight. I rule the airwaves, I own the night. Crank up the volume, feel the heat down. Turn up the dial, let me preach. Running this town with a steel cake smile. When the bell rings, I do it with style. On the morn of Saturday night, one hair thunder, taking the mic. Bodies tell the truth, no fear, no fight. Bow down, cause I rule tonight. Taking the mic, bodies said the truth, no fear, no fright. Bow down, cause I rule tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network. I am your host, Lord Amadeus, the owner and CEO of RAWF. This is RAWF After Hours. My guest co-host this evening, the lovely one herself. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Maeve O'Hare. Good evening, Maeve.
Good evening, boss man. Do you like money music?
I do love your new music, absolutely. And since you gave me plenty enough time, I can change your intro, you know? You gave me plenty enough time, unlike some people who think an hour and a half's enough time.
So pro tip, if you want new music from Boss Man, one, it's really helpful if you give him the music yourself. And two, if you are asking, rather than telling folk that you need new music, give them advance notice so they can actually, source the music.
Indeed. Okay. Maeve, you're here because we didn't think someone was going to show up tonight, but apparently he is. So I can have two co-hosts, I think, this evening. What do you think? You all right with that?
Sitting on his lap for an hour or two is going to be a little much. I might have to take shifts and perch up on the table, but I'm absolutely thrilled to see Vacant anytime he's here. So of course I'm all right with that.
Let's bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
¡Hola, muchachos!
And he is indeed El Vacant. Hola, El Vacant.
Hola, muchacho. ¿Cómo está?
So, I get two co-hosts for the price of one tonight. That's not too bad. I can deal with that. But
yeah, the thing that was keeping my way out, well, it cleared up faster than I thought, so I was able to make it.
But at any rate, welcome.
Penicillin is wonderful. I mean,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is RAWF After Hours. I'm with our co-host El Vacant and the lovely Maeve O'Hare. We got plenty to talk about tonight, let me tell you. Let's see here, but first, let's see. if we have any GM reports, I can tell you that I did indeed start Hatfield and McCoy about 5 days ago. Probably tonight after the show or tomorrow, I will be getting the tournaments made up. So you have probably just a few more hours left to sign up for the Hatfield and McCoy event. Probably will do it tomorrow, to be honest with you. But so that's from me, the Hatfield and McCoy general manager. Paragon, do you have anything from Ultimate Gauntlet?
Sure, I do. I mean, you're calling in the 3 co-hosts. You got the other co-host sitting right here. You don't call me into the booth. I'm hurt, LA. I'm hurt. But you know what? We do have a very brief, but I would say important update for the Ultimate Gauntlet, because what we last saw when we were going into the week last week was an interesting run from Starlight, as we were talking about. A lot of interesting loopholes in the rules had allowed Starlight to have a interesting path going through first Strangleheart in a legitimate match, then going through Nightcrawler and Johnny Mayhem in 2 count-out matches, and then going up against Mark Caliber, somebody who was in fact active, and still somehow winning by count-out. Almost in a strange world of fate, Starlight had gotten to their final match in the Ultimate Gauntlet with 3 count-out victories. All that stood in her way was one Dick Von Thunderpants. And he stopped her. Dick Von Thunderpants ended the run of Starlight and is now going up against Slashy.
DVT is on the clock. All right, so no challenger to the Ultimate Gauntlet yet, but we will see. It will see what happens. Thank you, Paragon. Appreciate that. And if anyone else has a report, they can message me and let me know, and I will get to that when we a little bit later. But I do know that round 2 has started in tag teams, and round 3 will be coming up very shortly. And apparently, the Immortal Griffith is here. He has a report. Griffith?
And good evening, sir. Yes, we have the second ever champion of the RFC in a long, hard, brutal fight. Someone finally took the man off the mountain and replaced him. That's right. We have a new champion. That is Blake Bradley is the new Iron Fist champion, and he's 10 million coins richer.
Wow. Good for Blake. And they did indeed fight that straight up. So, all right. Anything else to add to that, Griff?
No, there will be a new season coming, but probably not for a few weeks.
All right. Sounds good. All right. With that being said, I think that would be... what Enigma, do you have anything from Arcana Clash?
Sorry, staring off
Enigma?
into space. Nope, not a thing. I do have the prizes for last season's winners. Basically sitting in the editing bay, rotting away. So look forward to new season maybe in like a week, maybe.
All right. That works.
Was it just me, or did they sound like they were in pain when they said that?
They did. They definitely did. Like he's constipated, to be honest with you. But anyways, I want to quickly. I had a question from Joe Boo in the chat earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. Yes, you do have to make a scene for the TT points, but it does as long as you date it and put a link to the match in the scene, it will count as your trash talk round. Count as your trash talk for that match, not as part of your ranking period scenes.
So to further clarify that, if you make the trash talk scene and you do the link and the date, you would still have room to do 2 ranking scenes for the season.
Correct. And of course, Maeve has been very, very, very helpful in keeping track of the scenes as of late. I do appreciate that, Maeve. That actually helped me earlier this week when I was looking for something that I apparently forgot to put on the network. So
I'm here to help.
I know you are, and I very much appreciate it. All right. Let's see if let's take a look at some of the tournaments going on around RAWF. And we have the Block Party, first of all, from Philadelphia Freedom. The Philadelphia Freedom Block Party is in the semifinals, and of course, winner takes all here. You have Cougar Knight taking on Extreme Enigma in one semifinal, and Alley Knight taking on Miss Beautifatal in the other. Very interesting. Very interesting. Of course, the winner walks away with about 15 million coins and 500 wrestler bucks. So good luck to the 4 remaining in that. We have the extra points tournament, which is amazingly in round 3 already. Wow. All right. Erie, who is it? Erie Keeper of Snakes, who's I'm going to have to message him and see if he wants to be in rankings because he joined the extra points tournament. Erie taking on Sassy Applebee's. Maeve O'Hare taking on Seabell. Simply the Best versus DW. Starlight taking on the Razor. D's taking on Marquis de Sade. Strangleheart taking on Ciro Il Napolitano. Tigers taking on Ken Costa. Alley Knight taking on the Paragon of Greatness. DVT taking on Teflon Chic. Wildfire taking on Spectacular. Evan Deadly taking on Papa Shaker. Hotshot Chaz taking on Sisaloo. Killa taking on Denzel the Giant. Wow, there's some big names and big matchups in this one. Extreme Enigma taking on another guy who's not in the rankings, El Cheeky Block Diablo. You have the Minion taking on the Stormtrooper of Death, and Big Papa taking on Honey Thunder Apples. So that's where we stand in the extra points.
I got a curious question for you, Bossman.
Yeah.
So say that someone who's not currently in the rankings wins. Does that mean those points just evaporate?
You know what? I'm going to get back to you on that one.
All right.
I
can't wait to hear your decision.
There has not been a precedent set for that. So I will.
Points go to me because they're vacant.
See what you did there.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that at any rate. Let's take a look at the biatch of the month. It is in round 2. Davila taking on Miss Beautifatal. Black Lilith taking on Destroyer. Maeve O'Hare taking on Natalia Nitro. Enigma taking on Seabell. Tigers taking on Starlight. Eva taking on Wildfire. Honey Thunder Apples taking on Psycho Girl. And Sassy Applebee's taking on Cougar Knight. And then the arsehole of the month, which just started a few days ago. It's in round 1, so pretty much everybody is still in it for the most part. There's a lot there, so we'll update you all on that next week. Powerball Contendership Tournament. Let's take a look at that. It is in round 1. Right now, I am taking on Mark Caliber. Destroyer has defeated Redneck Avenger. Killer Neptune has defeated DVT. Erie Keeper of Snakes has defeated Davila. Denzel the Giant over Chris Cage. Seabell over Hotshot Chaz. And Isaiah Ufa, or whatever the hell his name is, Dilly Ufa, all have moved on. They're waiting on me versus Mark Caliber, apparently. All right. So that is your update as for the point. All right. So, with that being said, let's now turn to Philadelphia Freedom and all that went down there. Maeve was victorious over Alley Knight in their match, so congratulations, Maeve, big win. The Immortal Griffith over Kenta in their strong style match. Soul Reaper defeated a Io and Io del Selgador. El Vega, how do you say that again?
Io del Selgador.
Thank you. Ken Costa defeated Mark Caliber in their exploding barbed wire match. Destroyer defeated Blake Bradley in their backyard brawl match. That was a hell of a match, to be honest with you. One of the best of the night. Chris Cage successfully defended the White Lightning Championship against Enigma. Blake Bradley, as Griffith mentioned, defeated STB to become the new Iron Fist champion. Destroyer defeated Chris Cage to retain the Arcana Clash Championship. Aaron McFadden retained the Champion's Choice Championship against Agent of Hate. We have a new Hatfield and McCoy champion. Denzel the Giant defeated Chris Cage. He is your new Hatfield and McCoy champion. Congratulations to Denzel. Sassy Applebee's retained the Powerball Championship over Miss Beautifatal. Crown Control retained the tag team titles against the Godslayers. Did not see that one coming. Seabell retained the Multimedia Championship against Sisaloo. However, Seabell lost the Triple Crown Championship to the unsettled Chris Cage. Congratulations, Chris Cage is now a 4-time Triple Crown champion, which is the new record. It is indeed the new record. He is the only 4-time Triple Crown champion. So congratulations to Chris Cage making some RAWF history at Philadelphia Freedom. The Teflon Sheik defeated the Immortal Griffith to become the new Fubar City champion. Ken Costa defeated Cara DeVille to retain the Midnight Hobo Championship. Seabell defeated DeVille to retain the Estrogen Championship. Michael Brewer defeated Blake Bradley to become the new Men's Champion. Congratulations to Brewer. STB retained the National Championship against Eva. And then the two big ones. Congratulations to Hotshot Chaz. He is the new Platinum Dragon Champion after defeating DW Diesel Warrior. And then in the main event, Blake Bradley is your new World Heavyweight Champion after a victory over the Paragon of Greatness. More about that, Blake Bradley, in just a moment. But I'll ask El Vacant first. What was your biggest shock of Philadelphia Freedom?
Well, apparently that now Griff is wandering around with no titles. That's the first time in how long?
That has been a long time since the Immortal Griffith has had 0 titles, 0 belts to carry around.
You're not poisoning him secretly again, are you? Because like something was up.
No, at least not that I'm aware of.
I mean, it seems early.
Yeah, it does seem it is a little early still.
It's the not that I'm aware of that concerns me.
I think that's just a reasonable and fair answer at this point in his career.
I understand why he said it, but maybe keep a closer eye on your drinking water, English.
Maeve, for you, what was the biggest shock?
I mean, I could get up and be all righteous about matches that I were actually involved in. But no, I will say that, honestly, and I'm going to hear about this later, and it's going to be annoying, but I'm going to be honest. Ken Costa surprised me the most. And I hope that he can continue on this, because we've seen a lot of good out of Cara DeVille. We all know how tough she is. I faced her myself.
I'm going to point out I called that.
You did call that, Vacant. Well done, you. But and honestly, what we've seen out of Ken Costa since he won that match is as surprising to me as anything else. This really seems to be a new phase in Ken Costa's career, and I'm interested to see where that goes.
All right. Well, I agree with both of that. There were a lot of shockers at Philadelphia Freedom. This was probably the most surprising pay-per-view in quite a while. It's the first time in a long time that I can remember a pay-per-view where both the World and Platinum Dragon Championships changed hands. 7 total titles changed hands at Philadelphia Freedom. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is. I mean, that would be... So there were 13... No. There were 15... No. 16 titles on the line, 7 of them changed hands, so almost half of them.
Yeah.
Maths are hard when you're blonde.
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a very shocking evening. So Blake Bradley, the new world heavyweight champion, he was attacked after his victory at Philadelphia Freedom, left in the back, and actually had to go to the hospital. Was not in very good condition. He will not be did not wrestle last week, even though he was scheduled. But he will not be scheduled tomorrow. And
Well, what does that mean for the title, boss man, if the champion can't wrestle?
well, I handed over to El Vacant.
Oh, congratulations, Vacant! You might become world champion.
But we've got till Tropical Aggression before he has to step in the ring, so he still has plenty of time to
I was gonna
heal
say
up.
that gives him what, 6 weeks?
Something to that effect, yes.
Do we have any information on what happened, who attacked him, what kind of shape Blake's in?
So here's what I got. Just give me a second. I got to rifle through my papers as usual. But there was a police statement in some shape, way, or form. Just give me a moment. All right, so here's what I've got. This was released on July 7th, the night. Philadelphia police investigating post-event assault at Lincoln Financial Field. The Philadelphia Police Department is investigating a violent assault that took place late Sunday night following the Philadelphia Freedom event hosted by RAWF. The victim, identified professionally as Blake Bradley, was found unconscious near the stadium's loading area shortly after 11:30 p.m. He was transported to Jefferson Hospital and is currently. This was that night, so I don't believe he's still in critical condition. But there for a while, he was in critical condition. Police believe multiple individuals wearing masks were involved in the attack. No arrests have been made at this time. Anyone for information is encouraged to contact the Philadelphia Police tip line at contact Philadelphia Police Department Public Affairs Unit. So that's what that's the only thing I've heard. But we will find out, hopefully in the coming weeks. I've been keeping an eye on the situation. I'll keep you all apprised when I find something out. But at any rate, DOC. That is what was your Philadelphia Freedom Report. And now, because all of those rankings are done, and El Vegan, since I didn't know you were going to come, arrive, I should say. Sorry. I gave Maeve the rankings. So.
Oh no, I want to see this. I've never gotten to watch him do this.
Yes, Maeve, if you would.
I'd be happy to, Bossman. So, in case you weren't paying attention to what Bossman just said, these are the final rankings. Final. They do not change at this point. This is also the rankings that will be used to determine the contendership matches, which I assume Bossman will be announcing very soon. So, here we go. Number 25, Cougar Knight. Number 24, Davila. Number 23, DVT. Number 22, the Doctor is in, as my esteemed colleague Vacant likes to say, Dr. Kent. Number 21, my esteemed tag partner English, the Immortal Griffith. Number 20, Jobu. Number 19, Kenta, the Golden Dragon. Number 18, Money Sue, who I am assured talks a whole lot of shite and has never once opened his mouth in my presence. I don't know what that's about. Number 17, Hotshot Chaz, who is your Platinum Dragon champion. Number 16, Michael Brewer, who is currently our men's and after hours champion. So he is back with a vengeance. Congratulations, Brewer lad. Number 15, oh look, there's myself. Maeve O'Hare's number 15. At number 14, our extra points winner for the month, Tigress. Number 13, C-Bell, no longer 4 belts, but still 2 belts. The Estrogen and Multimedia champion is number 13. Number 12, the Marquis de Sade. Number 11, the Unsettled Chris Cage, who also has 2 belts now, the Triple Crown and White Lightning championships. Getting into the top 10, Simply the Best, our national champion, is number 10. Number 9, Diesel Warrior. I saw you out there in the chat, Diesel Warrior. Congratulations. Number 8, Destroyer, who is our Superstars and Arcana class champion. Number 7, back with a vengeance indeed, Denzel the Giant, our current Hatfield and McCoy champion, has come roaring back, and I do mean roaring in the most literal sense of the word. Anyone who's ever shared a ring with that man will know what to mean.
Very loud.
Number 7, Denzel the Giant. Number 6, our new Midnight Hobo champion, Ken Costa. Number 5, Killa Neptune. Number 4, Wildfire. Number 3, the Paragon of Greatness. Number 2, our World and Iron Fist champion, Blake Bradley. And for those of you who've been paying attention, this will come as no shock to you, though I do purely hate to say it. At number 1, the Fubar City champion, the Teflon Sheik.
All right, and on the screen you will see the graphic if it's big enough for y'all to see the top 25 there. And yes, Teflon Sheik had a 14-0 record and a huge victory to finish that off at Philadelphia Freedom. So I think he's been number 1 before, but it's been a while. But yeah, that is your top 25. So now, what does that mean for contenders matches tomorrow on Superstars Live from Louisville, Kentucky? Well, we'll just get to that in just a second. But we got live from Louisville tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a happening, one of the biggest superstars we've had in a while, starting with a match for the Anything Goes Championship. Redneck Avenger will defend that title against Badass Billy. Didn't say it this time, but yes, Badass Billy. Look, will defend, and I want to take a look here. These are the steps for tomorrow's match, and they are attack and throw moves only, no bag, and defense on. So those are the steps for the Anything Goes title match tomorrow. Next up, we have the Superstars Championship on the line. It will be Destroyer defending against DVT. That's gonna be a great matchup right there. Any quick predictions on that one, on either of those two title matches tomorrow, Maeve?
I'm gonna say champions advantage in both of those. I think it's gonna be Redneck and Destroyer.
El Vacant, concur or disagree?
I concur.
All right. Next up,
DVT doesn't flash me his boobies. I'm not voting for him.
Do you want him to flash you his titties?
Not even a little.
For a shot at the Multimedia Championship, currently held by Seabell at Tropical Aggression, it will be the Immortal Griffith taking on Dr. Kent.
English, you can break out your crown and do a crown versus crown match.
It could. And not only that, it's gonna. I mean, I would be very interested to see what the Immortal Griffith could do at the Multimedia Championship. He has held it before, but it's been years, and that was back when the Multimedia Championship, I think, was a on-air week-by-week basis. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Dr. Kent, not much of a talker. I don't know that he would be.
Maybe he could do a series of like health chats.
That'd be
like
interesting.
Dr. Kent highlights a health concern every week.
Dr. Kent, 10 tips to deal with your syphilis.
Your thoughts on this matchup, El Vega?
I think it's going to be a hell of a matchup. I mean, although I don't know, unless Griffith figures out what was going on in Philadelphia, I don't see him winning this match.
We find out tomorrow here in Louisville. Next up for a shot at the Triple Crown Championship, our first Triple Crown contendership match should be a good one. Money Sue taking on Kenta.
Battle of the Mohawks.
What do you think?
I think there's going to be a lot of blonde hair sticking up in the air in that match.
I think the loser should have to go back to their natural hair color.
I think the loser should have to go without hair gel for a month.
This was a tough call because Kenta's been pretty good as of late. Money Sue, Hall of Famer here in RAWF, and has been looking to get back in the title picture. It should be a really good matchup for an opportunity at Triple Crown. The other Triple Crown.
So right now, I honestly I would pick Kenta, but here's the thing: if Money Sue actually decides to give a shit and show up and try, he's hard to beat.
Yeah, he definitely is. And I did see some of that Money Sue in this previous rankings period. I mean, he did go. I want to say 12-2. It was either 12-2 or 11-3. Let me take a look here. 11-3. So I mean, that's not easy to do by any means. So
How
I think
how many matches are in this rankings period, Bossman?
there were 14 this
Not
the one.
not in the one that we're talking about. I can do maths.
Uh,
This coming one leading up.
you know what? To be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure at this point because
We're
I
not
haven't.
skipping any weeks though, right?
I know we're not going to skip any weeks. We'll be probably skipping a radio show here in 2 weeks.
Looks like we
But
should have 14 matches again.
okay, well there you go. I knew when I did the schedule, most of them were around 14. I think there was 112, and then of course the last period of the year between Black Friday and Jingle Hell Rock is usually pretty short. It's usually 8, but yeah, that's going to be a good one. So is the other Triple Crown contendership match. It will be Michael Brewer taking on the King Joe Boo. And I mean, we've already seen Brewer win 2 titles in just a couple of months back. What do you think, El Vacant?
Look, I picked poorly against Brewer just a few days ago. I don't think I'm going to repeat that mistake. I'm calling Brewer.
All right, Maeve.
I purely hate Kings, so I'm gonna also pick Michael Brewer.
All right, so we're picking Michael Brewer to go on to the. You know what? Chris Cage versus Michael Brewer versus Kenta or Money Sue or Joe. I mean, the Triple Crown title match is going to be incredible, no matter who wins these contender matches tomorrow. But I'm looking forward to seeing.
Bossman, STB just raised a concern in the chat, and I don't think that he were here when you announced the change a few weeks ago, so you might want to reiterate that.
What did he say?
He said that he thought men's title meant you didn't get number 1 contenders matches, so I don't think he were here when you announced that change.
Yeah, we changed that a couple of months ago. Actually, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, STB.
It was earlier in the year.
Yeah, it was early in the year where we changed the fact that the men's, because they are not rankings titles, you cannot win the men's championship. You have to get a shot at the men's championship by going through a tournament. Thus, it's not a rankings title. So we changed that rule. So.
But thank you for reminding us, STB, because there might have been other folks who weren't here when we announced that change. So it's always good to go back over it for folks who didn't hear it the first time.
Indeed.
And I personally think it's a fantastic change because I was always very annoyed that it kept you away from the rankings belts myself. So I love the change.
Yeah, and that's probably why he brought it up. I'm pretty sure he got burned on that a few times in his career too when he was the men's champion. So
this means you should go back after the belt, STB, now that you can go after more than one.
All right, Fubar City contendership.
Oh, that's myself.
That is yourself. That is you taking on Tigress for an opportunity at the Fubar City Championship.
Oh, that's very interesting.
And since it's redhead on redhead violence, Elvakin is excited.
I win.
I mean, that's a question. I know you've held the Fubar City Championship on 2 occasions. Let me look up. I don't know that Tigress ever
had some of the best Fubar City outfits in the history of Fubar City.
I appreciate your vote of confidence.
I want to see if Tigress has ever been Fubar City.
Well, DW, I wouldn't expect you to pick against your mate, so I'd be more surprised if you had picked me. I'm not offended at all.
And just glancing over this, it does not look like Tigress has ever been Fubar City champion.
I don't believe so.
No, but Maeve, a 2-time, I think that gives her the slightest of edges. What do you think, Elva?
I I think there's more than a slight edge. I think I've seen Maeve when there's no rules. I think takes this in for a very rough night.
All right, we shall find out. Next up, for a shot at the Midnight Hobo Championship, this could be a very interesting matchup as well. We have DW taking on Marquis de Sade for a shot at the Midnight Hobo Championship. Your thoughts on this one, Maeve?
I'm sorry, I got distracted by something on my phone. No, I think that this is going to be a good match. I have a special place in my heart for the Midnight Hobo Championship. I haven't held it twice for long periods of time, although not nearly as long as I meant for it to be. um, Honestly, I'm going to have to say that I think DW's got a slight advantage. Only because she's held more gold in RAWF than Marquis de Sade has, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and she is also an RAWF Hall of Famer. Vacant, do you concur or disagree?
Look, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I have a hard, fast rule. Every time I've ever bet against DW, I have lost. Therefore, I do not do that anymore. DW is going to win.
He's learned his lesson well, DW.
And I don't know, DW, if you've ever had the Contender. I don't think you've ever had the. Let me see. I don't think you've ever been.
DW, have you ever drunk Midnight Hobo?
Oh, good
Don't
Lord.
do it. I used it to clean the axles on the truck last week. It ate the axles.
You have never been Midnight Hobo champion, DW. That is a fact. Neither has Marquis de Sade, though. So that's gonna be another good one tomorrow. There's gonna be a lot of good ones tomorrow. And then for a shot at the national championship, another very interesting matchup. It will be Denzel the Giant taking on Destroyer. Ooh, who do we like there, El Vacant?
Ooh,
You ask that like he's gonna pick. Although I will say,
again-
I think Denzel might be as well endowed as Destroyer.
Again, no. I like when one of them flashes me. I don't think I would like when the other does. So I'm gonna go with Destroyer out of, well, one, I don't want to get shot, and two, I want her to keep, flashing me.
Maeve, do you concur with El Vacant on this one?
I think that this
Do
is
you
gonna
also
be...
want her to flash you?
I mean, I'm sure she would if I asked nicely. But what I was going to say is that I think this is going to be a hard fight for Destroyer because I've been in the ring with Denzel, and not only is he loud, but he's strong and he's mean. But I do think that she's got what it takes to win. So if anyone can pull this out, it would in fact be Destroyer.
I don't know. I've been watching Denzel since his return, and he has been an unstoppable force. He has run over some pretty tough opponents.
Well, of course he has. Look at the size of him.
Oh, yeah, look at that. But I just realized that that graphic I made has his chin right on his nameplate. That's kind of cool looking. But
He
anyway,
looks like he's about to take a bite out of it.
he does. But at any rate, I mean, I don't want to get shot, but
Nobody wants to get shot. That's why it's called being shot and not happy fun time.
I'm kind of leaning towards Denzel on this one. He's a former national champion. I don't know. Just kind of leaning towards Denzel on this one. Let's see.
Has Destroyer held any of the Rankins belts before? I know she's held Superstars and she's Arcana Clash right now.
She was Midnight Hobo champion there for a month.
That's right. That's what I was trying to remember. I knew she'd had a contendership match, but I couldn't remember if she'd won it or not.
Yeah, she defeated Nightcrawler to win the Midnight Hobo Championship at Immortal. So, all right, next up, we have for the Platinum Dragon Championship, it will be Wildfire taking on Mr. Platinum Dragon Champion, all the records himself, Killa Neptune. And Maeve, I would lean towards Killa Neptune here, just because he's got the most experience in this particular match. What say you?
I think this is one of those matches where it depends on what version of Killa we get, but it also depends on what version of Wildy we get. Because Wildy, when she's focused, is tough. She's clever. She will hit you with something you're not expecting. But there are also times where I feel like she just kind of coasts through. And so it really depends on how inspired they're both feeling. If we get a Killa who is tired of always being runner-up, he might not bother. I think Killa on paper has the advantage, but I think it's going to be a closer match than folks are giving it credit for.
I'll make it.
I agree that on paper, Killa has this match all day long. However, I am calling this right now for Wildfire, and it's not just because she's a redhead. I mean, it's in there. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, to be fair, Killa could be a redhead for all we know.
I don't care. He's still a dude.
I thought he was an immortal sea being.
Well, but he still presents like a dude.
Okay, there.
But my point, way to sidetrack me, Red. All right.
I'm here to help.
He's going to charge you quarters again. You look at him out there. All right. So as I was saying, on paper, yes, Killa should win this all day long. However, with everything that's been going on currently with Killa, and the on again, off again relationship to the Platinum Dragonship, the Dragon Championship, and the recent failures in that regard, I think his spirit might be a little broken when it comes to that title, and I think Wildfire is hungry and is going to come take that.
It's going to be a good matchup. Definitely intriguing. A lot of stories on that one. So, Killa, of course, a 6-time Platinum Dragon champion. No one's even close to that. So, could he make it 7? We find out. And finally, our main event tomorrow here in Louisville for a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. It'll either be the number 1 wrestler in this rankings period, the only undefeated wrestler in the Teflon Sheik, or there will be the former World Heavyweight Champion looking to get back what he lost at Philadelphia Freedom, the Paragon of Greatness. El Vacant, your thoughts?
Paragon of Greatness all day
long. Maeve?
I want that to be true. Deep in my heart, I do. But we just watched the Teflon Sheik be not only undefeated, but also one of the luckiest wrestlers in the history of this business. And it really depends on if that luck holds. I know not everyone believes in luck. I know that some folks don't think that it exists. I'm a big believer in luck. But I'm also a big believer in fate. And I believe in the Paragon of Greatness. I believe in more Korkra.
So the concern here, of course, is if Teflon does win tomorrow, that means he goes on to Tropical Aggression to face Blake Bradley, most likely, for the World Heavyweight Championship. A battle of the Elevated Society.
That's assuming that Blake is able to wrestle by then.
Exactly. We don't know what Blake's...
Because assuming the worst, and Blake is not able to wrestle by the time Tropical Aggression comes around.
I'm good, boss. I can face either one.
We would get Sheik versus Paragon?
He already said. There goes the vacant. He said it. I heard it. I am ready. I will have my boots polished. I will wipe the floor with either one of these jabronis.
I mean, I would pay good money to see that. I would watch that match.
Oh, shoot. At any rate, that is your main event tomorrow here in Louisville for the World Heavyweight Championship. It'll be the Teflon Sheik versus the Paragon of Greatness. All right. With that being said, Maeve, let's turn to you. You can be co-host / first interviewed this evening.
Oh, look at me.
Yes, taking on Tigress for a shot at that Fubar City Championship, currently held by the Teflon Sheik, who just came off beating your friend, your best friend, the Immortal Griffith. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are I didn't realize that English is my best friend.
Oh, isn't he?
My best friend.
Well, it's tag team
I'm
part.
teasing you. I'm teasing you, Bossman. No. So I've got a lot of feelings about this match. First of all, I don't want to diminish the fact that I'm facing Tigers. She's always a tough opponent. We always have good matches. I know that Vacant is looking forward to his redhead on redhead violence.
Yeah.
And the Fubar City title is obviously one that I'm very familiar with. I've held it twice. I sort of made my name with it a little bit. I had fun being the Fubar City champion. Did I have as much fun losing the belt to my best friend out there? Not so much as I would have had holding on to it, but I were happy that the belt were passing to someone that
I mean, you got to
like
play in a
this.
fountain.
I did get to play in a fountain. Not nearly as much fun when someone's holding your head underneath the water, though.
I don't
for
think so.
future reference.
You did not lose the title to him. You realize that you did lose a title match to him at Immortal, but that he's not the one who took the
You
title.
understand.
I know. I'm conflating things in my mind because I got hypoxia from being held under the water. No, I'm familiar. But I were happy to see him become the Fubar champion after Hotshot Chaz took the belt from me. And then, I had to go after the belt. No, but anyway. So I were happy to see the belt in the hands of my friend. Less happy to see him lose the belt, and even less happy than that to see him lose it to who he lost it to. If things were different and the Immortal Griffith were still the Fubar City champion, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've got a title contendership match tomorrow. I'm not gonna worry about that one too much, because as much as I enjoy having matches with my friend, I don't enjoy having matches against him for belts because he gets mean when there's gold on the line. And anyone who thinks that he takes it easy on me because I'm his tag partner, I dare you to go back and watch that match that we had where he tried to drown me in a fountain. But there is something special on the line, knowing that my reward for winning a match tomorrow is not only Rankin's points in a title shot, but a title shot against someone who took a belt from someone I care about and with whom I have a very messy past. So there is an extra level of inspiration there. Would I like to win this match tomorrow and go and reclaim the Fubar City title in honor of the Godslayers? Of course I would. Am I going to sit here and guarantee a win? No, because we see well that got me last time. So I'm not guaranteeing nothing except a good match against Tigress. And if she beats me in this match tomorrow, I will be at her Fubar City match with bells on, cheering her on every step of the way while she goes to take that belt from Sheik.
All right. El Vacant, would you like to question Maeve? Have any questions for Maeve?
I
Do
mean,
you have any questions for me, Vacant?
Yes, but probably not about.
Do you have any questions related to my match tomorrow?
That's a different story. Well, let's see. I don't know. I think it would be interesting. I mean, you have an interesting background with this title. I think it would be very telling if you were to, take that title from the person who took it from your tag partner. I'm cut off. All right.
What?
I don't know. The music started playing. It's like that's kind of like getting a hook in Broadway.
You're good. Sorry. I thought I stopped it before the music started. I didn't hear it because
You did not. Pardon me. I'm just coughing up a lung.
Please don't die.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What was I saying? Yeah, I think it would be an interesting match. I think it would be very telling if you were to reclaim that title, for the third time and taking it from the person who took it from your tag partner. I'm sure he would find that to be personally amusing. Now, that being said, I think you're right. You can't look past Tiggs.
Nope.
You have to pay attention in that match. I think, if you show up the same person who won that belt the last time, I think you win this match. You have a lot more experience in these kind of matches, as far as I can tell. None of this is questions; these are all obviously just statements, and I like to hear my own voice.
Well, I like to hear your voice too, so it's
oh, that's good. I hear it. I'm told it's kind of sexy. I guess my question is this: where do you see your headspace about this? Because, like you said, you're looking at a potential match with a person you yourself have just said you have a messy past with, and I think that is a polite way to say it. Are you going to let that looking forward to that potential match get into your head when you're fighting with no rules against someone as good as Tiggs?
That's a fair point. And that is something I have to keep in mind. The target, the Fubar City title, in the hands of someone I will be very frank and say I do not like, is my motivation. But I can't let that obscure the fact that I am going into a very tough match against a very tough opponent. So while that is going to be living rent-free at the back of my head, because I can't unknow that now that I know it. If I went into this and it's like, here, you got a Fubar City fight with Tiggs. Oh, by the way, that was a contendership match. Congratulations. Now you're facing Sheik. That would be different. But no, knowing what I know, it is going to be at the back of my head. But I am not going to, hopefully, knock on wood, allow that to distract me from the fact that I do have to fight a very tough fight against a very tough woman. So that's going to be my focus. Now, am I going to say that I'm not going to picture her wearing a keffiyeh instead of some bunny ears when I'm swinging a lead pipe at her? Don't worry about it.
All right. That's fair enough. Fair enough. So that is your match tomorrow. Good luck to you against Tigers. And yeah, of course, if you do win, you go on to Tropical Aggression to fight for the Fubar City title. And if that does happen, what kind of apparel will you be donning for this particular match?
Well, I already had a bathing suit picked out to wear in Honolulu. But if I'm going after the Fubar City title, I might change that up ever so slightly. I will keep you informed.
Indeed, please do. Elvakin is waiting with bated breath.
Yes.
All right. So let's bring on our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. He is the former RAWF World Heavyweight Champion with an opportunity to possibly get it back if he can get past the Teflon Sheik tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he lost his patience. Look at me now, paragon of greatness. First of the fallen and last of the old gods. No use fighting because you can't beat those cold odds. Beginning of time and the end of days. Civilizations crumble under his gaze. Alpha and Omega, the wrath of the God King. Paragon of greatness, about to pin you in that ring. Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he lost his patience. Look at me now, paragon of greatness. Eons ago, before time existed, they lived in the heavens and the rain persisted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paragon of Greatness, Big Purple. How are you tonight, Paragon?
I feel a little cold. Like I feel like I feel like there's an accessory that I usually have, and it's not here right now. It's
Missing your whoopee?
Are you feeling ice cold?
Oh God, no! Don't even get me started.
I'm here to help.
Honestly, Amadeus, I'm doing a whole lot better than you would probably think that I'm doing right now. look, I'm not the petty type. I'm not somebody that's blinded by hatred or annoyance or anything. I could lament things like going into tropical aggression, wrestling an objectively better match than my opponent, coming out the loser, and that wouldn't change a damn thing. I could complain about this or that. I could say, disingenuously try to pretend like Blake Bradley only beat me because of luck or whatever. I could say anything that I wanted to try to make myself feel better, but the fact is, I don't need to feel better. Blake Bradley, we've said it for a long time, he's been due. As much as I don't like the man, the wrestler has been working his ass off for a long time. He absolutely deserves it. He won that match. The end of the story. There are no asterisks. There are no addendums. The man is the world heavyweight champion, and congratulations to him. That being said, now that the sword of Damocles hangs over the head of Blake, he's finding out real quick the pressures of being the guy on top. Yeah, you made that joke a minute ago, Maeve, about Aaron McFadden, but I gotta say, I'm getting some real ice cold vibes from what happened to Blake after the pay-per-view event. Seems eerily familiar, somebody getting attacked by what seems like a group of people in the parking lot, causing severe injuries. All I've got to say, my advice to you, Blake, because I'm sure you'll hear this at some point, keep your eye on the people that you least expect. I've learned that lesson before. There are some hungry people, and you happen to live in a lion's den. So keep your eyes open for all options.
You can't say that Lion's Den is copyrighted.
I invented lions. I think I can say that.
So Brewer Lad raises the interesting hypothesis that it was you yourself who attacked Blake. I don't personally think you did, because I think you're too much of a Boy Scout for that, but...
Well, let's just say this. Let's couple it with what I had just told you a moment ago when I'm saying this to Blake. If reports come around that a large man wearing purple was seen on the scene, don't think POG. That's all I'm saying. There are some other initials out there.
The plot thickens.
All right. Well, I mean, Paragon, it was still a great run with that World Heavyweight Championship, 189 days, 1 day short of being in of tying Chris Cage for fourth place on the longest reigns in RAWF World Heavyweight Championship history. And really, it's basically the same, you and Chris Cage, a similar path there. He won it at Jingle Hell Rock from the Immortal Griffith. You won it at Jingle Hell Rock from the Immortal Griffith. And then you both lost it at Philadelphia Freedom. So basically the same run, which is very eerie.
Kind of insane, yeah. I appreciate you saying that. I don't want to try to put any asterisks or anything like that. This is not a tied for third place situation. It is concrete fourth. That's fine with me. But what I've got to say and about this run, and I think that this could be advice to Blake Bradley or any future champion out there, take notice of the fact that right now I'm going into a contendership match with the Teflon Sheik. I didn't rest on my laurels as the world heavyweight champion. In fact, during the entire run with that championship, I did not take a break. There were no days off. I didn't rely on the fact that because I'm the champion, I didn't have to worry about the rankings. In fact, since January of 2023, there have been 17 rankings periods. In those 17 rankings periods, I've been in the top 5 16 times. In fact, not in the top 4 16 times. I haven't landed a number 5 a single time out of those, ironically. So I say this to any future champion out there, be prepared. You never know when somebody's going to finally end that run. You can feel like you're on top of the world. You can feel like you are sitting on the throne on top of a mountain. but somebody could knock you off any day, and you got to be ready not just to climb back up that mountain, but to catch a foothold on the fall. You got to be ready to stay at the top and fight for your throne back, and that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Well, tomorrow. It is the Teflon Sheik. Teflon and Sheik, since returning, this was the perfect rankings period almost for him. 14-0, hasn't lost in a couple of months. What it, does that concern you in any way whatsoever?
Again, I'm not one of the people that sees Teflon Sheik and am immediately blinded by his hatred. I know a lot of our fans around the world can't stand to even look at the guy. I know a lot of people in our locker room can't stand to look at the guy. I certainly have an immense distaste for him. In fact, I may dislike that man more than most, but I try to keep a level head on when approaching Teflon Sheik. He is a very good wrestler with an elite advisory board. He is a threat at any given time to any given performer. Of course, it would be funny to say how much I'm going to kick his ass up and down the streets tomorrow, and that's very much the plan. But I know how deadly Teflon Sheik is. I know how talented Teflon Sheik is, and I know, if for nothing else, beyond trying to grasp the World Heavyweight Championship, beyond seeking a bit of a measure of revenge on someone like myself who he has always also had a distaste for, I think that Teflon Sheik could look at a situation where he might be able to go into a pay-per-view against Blake Bradley, hurt or not, and see the heads explode of the people who do not like him, who do not like Blake Bradley, who do not like the elevated society, and the satisfaction he would get from how enraged people would be knowing that the main event of a pay-per-view in RAWF features Teflon Sheik and Blake Bradley. That is a motivation that you can't possibly replicate for him. That is the most pure drug to somebody like Teflon Sheik, and I know it. He wants it, and he wants it bad. So when I go into this match, I have to keep my head on a swivel. Blake Bradley, he did the respectable thing. He, for the most part, kept the elevated society out of the mix in our match. I don't know if Teflon Sheik will do the same. Teflon Sheik is not above cheap tricks. He's not above trying to play mind games. Those won't work. But he will take every shortcut that there's possible. He will take every advantage that is possible. And right now he is riding on possibly the biggest high of his career, undefeated in the rankings period. Again, defeating the Immortal Griffith for the Fubar City Championship, and the satisfaction he would have gotten from how much that would have pissed off the Immortal is something that is absolutely going to propel him to another level going into this match. I know this. I have to be prepared for this. Fuck that guy, but also I know what kind of opponent he is.
All right, big one tomorrow in Paragon as you take on the Teflon Sheik, and I wish you the best of luck. Any questions from either of my co-hosts to the Paragon of Greatness?
None for me.
Are you sure? You're always complaining that you don't get to ask more Corker any questions.
No, because as always, he kind of covers everything when he talks.
Well, I'm sorry. Maybe I should ask less questions. I am a jabroni, right, Vacant?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Let's be clear. If Blake, hold on, wait. I brought you something here. Have a chalupa. So everybody, remember what I said. If Blake does not show up and can't take, it has already been said. We all heard it. I have radio proof. I will bring it to court if I have to. That the belt will go to Vacant, and I will defend it. And if I have to face Paragon of Greatness or Teflon Sheik in the jabroni battle of the hell battles, look, I will maintain the world title. It'll be the first time I've ever actually retained a title in a defense.
I missed all of that. I was distracted by the chalupa.
That's how I work.
Oh, shoot. At any rate, good luck to you tomorrow, Paragon. And we'll see what happens. What will be the main event at Tropical Aggression? Right now, it is really up in the air. We will see. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, he also has a big contender match tomorrow as he takes on Money Sue to see who will go on to be one of the two challengers for the Triple Crown Championship. Please welcome.
He walks in silence, storm in his veins, steel in his eyes, unchained by pain. Scars like metals, carved in flame. They whisper one word, they whisper his name. In every step, a battle cry, born to rise, never die. He strikes like thunder, breathes like flame. In the heat of the fight, he owns the game. He's a dragon in the ring, hear the fire roar. Every hit, every slam shakes the floor. And it's coming like a storm, untamed. No cage can hold what the fire claims. Warrior's soul, fists ignite. He's burning bright in the...
Ladies and gentlemen, he is Kenta joining us now on After Hours. Good evening, Kenta.
Good evening, LA. Good evening, El Vicente. And I think
Oh, I like
Dave's
that.
on
I
the
get a
air.
little.
Good evening, Kenta lad.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Not too bad, not too bad. You got yourself in position for a contendership match tomorrow, taking on RAWF Hall of Famer Money Sue, an opportunity to go after the Triple Crown Championship at Tropical Aggression. What are your initial thoughts on Money Sue?
Honestly, I've got no opinion on him. Not because I hate him or anything. I've never crossed paths with him that much. I think he's a real tough contender, but I think I might win against Money Sue. I think he's been out for a while. Has he been out for a while?
He's not been out. He's just been. He hasn't made a major push in quite a while. This is his first contendership match in quite a while.
Well, I won't go easy on him, and I will try to achieve this golden victory and have a shot at the Triple Crown Championship. It's not a
Now,
title
of course,
that I'm looking. It's not a title on my list, but if it's there, I might as well win the contendership match.
I mean, it is a prestigious title, and it's not an easy one to win. It's not an easy one to defend because you're always facing two opponents. But yes, it will. If you get past Money Sue tomorrow, then you will go on to face the current champion Chris Cage and either Michael Brewer or was it Joe Boo? Yes, Michael Brewer or Joe Boo. So that's how it works.
That sounds like a tough battle, but I will try to overcome the odds.
Well, I've gone on record saying I'm pretty sure you're going to be winning some gold here in RAWF in the not so distant future. Maeve, anything to ask Kenta?
Kenta, I don't think you were here when I suggested a stipulation for your match, so I wanted to run it by you and see what you thought. Loser has to go back to their natural hair color.
What?
He's thinking about it.
Go back to my natural black hair?
She doesn't. You admit your hair is not naturally blonde.
Nobody's hair is naturally that color, bossman.
No, Lord LA, come on! I've had black hair when I started.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I was going to say, like,
Hey, don't pay attention to stuff.
I'm Japanese.
Look.
There's no natural blonde Japanese. I'm fully Japanese.
That's big, boss.
We just recently broke the news about Beyonce too. It's fine.
What about Beyonce?
She's not naturally blonde neither.
What? Oh,
someone who's blonde, you're not very good about what blonde hair does and doesn't do naturally.
I'm very good at it because I have the best hair there is. But
I mean,
that's
you do have lovely hair. No one is slagging off on your hair, Bossman. It's beautiful.
I
Today.
do. I don't want anyone slagging on anything. It's just disgusting.
So
I probably.
the match was against Maeve, or who was it?
No. No, I'm just here providing excellent ideas because I'm here to help. No, you're
No.
facing Money Sue, who
Money Sue
also
is
has
also.
bleach blonde hair. That's what made me think of it.
Oh, he does.
Did you?
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
When you look at the picture, the graphic for your contenders match tomorrow on Superstars, you'll understand where she's going.
All right. I mean, I don't mind. I can just.
I guarantee you that Money Sue wouldn't agree to the terms anyway, but I figured I'd see what you thought.
I don't mind. I'm still the Golden Dragon. If I don't mind, I'm still the Golden Dragon, blonde or no blonde hair.
There you go. But yeah, Triple Crown opportunity at Triple Crown Championship. Opponent is Money Sue tomorrow. And yeah, you've been very impressive since returning. I believe that's 2 straight top 25s for you so far, correct?
Yeah, back to back. Never done that before.
Yeah. So that's why I say I think you're going to be a champion sooner than rather than later. And who knows? It could very well be a tropical aggression. But Money Sue is a lot tougher than a lot of people give him credit for. I'm just going to let you know right now. Do not sleep on Money Sue or
Oh,
with
I ain't
Money
sleeping on
Sue.
anybody. I know everyone of the roster can kick my ass. I'm always on a swivel. Danger sense tingling all the time.
All right. At any rate, Kenta, anything else you wanted, or El Vacant, anything you want to ask Kenta? I'm sorry.
I will say I'm going to go back to his other match, the one match with Griffith, because I haven't had a chance to speak to him since that. So we spoke to Griffith last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't know, a while ago, about that match, and he actually had glowing things to say about that match and you. And I was wondering if you had any, if you heard what he had to say, and if so, if you had any reply.
I heard what he had to say, and yeah, that was, as he said, like I was controlling the match in the first few moments, and something snapped in him. And he showed me why he is one of the pillars of our AWF, and I had to learn the hard way. But that was a fun match. I'm glad that he had fun, and I'm glad that I had my confidence because earlier this week I knocked off Enigma in a match in RAWF, and I think that's gonna help me become more focused in the match with Money Sue, because that match with the Immortal One opened my confidence again. I've been lacking ever since I lost to Blake Bradley. I've been doubting myself, and I wanted to have a match with the Immortal One to see if I can still hang with the best of them. And sure, I lost the match, and I even lost the second match with DVT. People say it's one of the fastest what lose streak
Matt.
in RAWF pay per view. But the way I see it, it was me having my confidence back, and I was too overzealous to get back in the ring against DVT. But yeah, the match opened my confidence back, and I'm gonna use that hopefully to knock off a Hall of Famer in Money Sue.
Well, absolutely. Good luck in that. You heard me earlier. I called you for the win on this. I think you're gonna go far in this run, and congratulations.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Hopefully, I won't
Good
let anyone down.
good luck to you tomorrow, Kenta, against Money Sue. We will see if you indeed get to go to Tropical Aggression to challenge for the Triple Crown Championship. Appreciate your time, and good luck tomorrow.
Have a golden day, everybody.
That was Kenta, and that match to me is kind of even. To be honest with you, I love both competitors. I know people. I know love is not something you normally associate with Money Sue, but the truth is he's been in this company since practically day one, and I've never had any issues with him, unlike previous other company owners have had. So, with that being said, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a great match between two very tough competitors.
Look, there's
Next,
a reason I call him the man with the mouth. It's not because he just talks a lot of crap. Although, I mean, he does, but it's because like he's one of those guys in this company that not only can he beat you, with his in the ring 1, 2, 3, but he can beat you on that mic, and he can use those mic skills to demoralize you before you even start fighting. Like that, he cannot be overlooked.
all right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, fresh off a win at Philadelphia Freedom over his son, Gio del Seguidor. Let's bring on.
Dark winds blow through the night. Ravens scream an eerie sight. Shadows dance in the moon's pale light. Soul Reaper walks no respite. Cloak of dread he wears so tight. Eyes like fire in the darkest night. Whispers echo, hearts in fright. Soul Reaper's call, no end in sight. Cloak of dread he wears so tight. Eyes like fire in the darkest night. Whispers echo, hearts in fright. Soul Reaper's call, no end in sight. He takes the lost, no remorse. Guides them on the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Celtic Nightmare Soul Reaper joining us. Soul Reaper, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just Hio should have already been in here. You not coming in to the booth, Hio? He was supposed to be in the booth.
I have not received any new callers, so I don't believe so.
Come on, Hio. Come on in here. You've been wanting a face-to-face. Let's do it. Oh, no, Vacant. He's talking shit about Bacon's tacos.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
Go look at what my son just said about your tacos, Vacant. You might need La Chancla.
No, that's not okay. You come on in here. We're gonna have some words.
Yeah, bring your ass on in here, Hio. You just fucked up. I guess he's scared.
Apparently he said what he had to say in that. So.
Well, it's tropical aggression.
So I assume you two of you are having a rematch. Did we talk about that last week? I forgot to note it.
Yeah, I just hadn't thought of a match type yet, but now I have, especially after he insulted Bacon's tacos.
Don't tell me you're going to have a taco match.
For the record,
oh
my
no,
was delightful.
No. It's going to be hell in a cell.
At least you've got advance notice this time, boss man.
What's that? I got advance notice. I do. Thank you. Right.
And Vacant, since he decided to insult your tacos, how would you like to be the special guest referee?
I'm not actually a qualified referee, so I don't think I should probably do that.
I wasn't either, but when I officiated Nightcrawler's final match.
I am supposed to maintain some level of neutrality as an announcer.
Oh, well, I guess you're not the only one he has to worry about, because he's also got to worry about my friends that took out his hired thugs in Philadelphia.
So, Hell in the Cell, correct?
Yes.
Between Soul Reaper and Yo.
Amadeus, I just want to let you know I left the championship belt I stole from Aaron McFadden on your desk.
Wait, what?
I might have absconded with his title belt.
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
But I returned it. It's sitting on your desk.
Oh.
Reaper, we learn when we're 5 not to take things that don't belong to us. This is like the 3rd time you've done this in this company.
Yeah,
I've only
that's
stolen
true.
a title belt one other time.
Actually, that's the 3rd time, is it not?
No, the only other belt I ever stole was the Arcana Clash Championship.
So you've done it before,
Pride
which is
Knuckle.
this you just said this is the first time you've done it, so you're lying.
No, I said this is the second
No,
time.
he said he did say I did it one other time. He did say that.
Okay.
All right, fine. It's the 2nd time you've done it instead of the 3rd time. Stop
Yes.
stealing things.
Hmm.
Honestly, Hee-Ho, you're probably lucky that you didn't get raised by this kleptomaniac.
Ay vey. Alright.
Maeve's got a point there.
At any rate, Soul Reaper, I just realized that we haven't had our weekly visit from somebody, but we'll get to that in just a minute. But Reaper, with that being said, it sounds like you're set. Anything else you want to say? Because he's not coming in here.
Yeah, he's probably already tucked his tail and ran. Nah, I'll see him tomorrow.
All right. And next time you want a song changed, please do it sooner than an hour and a half before a show.
Duly noted.
Thank you.
I actually like the song you originally had when we switched to the new studio.
Unfortunately, that was copyrighted, and I can't use that.
Can you use the one from when we were on Blog Talk, Wolfblood?
No, that is copyrighted as well. This is why someone made you a song so we wouldn't have to deal with it.
Can someone make me one with bagpipes?
I'm sure somebody can.
You know, Reaper, you could be the hero in your own story and go to one of the many folks who make songs in the industry and ask them nicely to make one for you instead of expecting Bossman to do all this legwork.
Or you can actually go to a certain site yourself, suno.com, suno.com. It's actually pretty easy to make your own song.
I'll look into that.
And if not, Paragon said he can help you.
All right, Paragon. I'll hit you up if I need to, if I can't figure it out. And Hio, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, that is the Celtic Nightmare, the Soul Reaper. At any rate, thank you for joining us. Next up, he is one half of the RAWF World Tag Team Champions, the Crown Control. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Extreme Enigma. Enigma.
LA, vacants. Apparently Maeve.
What do you mean, apparently?
She's right there. Can't you see her?
I've got bright red hair.
It's hard to miss. Hair, the bazoombas.
I guess the bazongers, the most important part, yes.
I didn't say that.
Somebody seems to think so. Have you seen my new video?
Bazongan.
No. Okay.
What's that?
Next week when I come on, watch the video that Bossman plays.
Okay, I will do that.
At any rate, Enigma, congratulations, you and Jobu retaining the tag team championship, much to a lot of people's surprise. Talk to me about talk to me about the match. What exactly did you and Jobu do to counter the Godslayers?
We did what we do every single time we go into a tag match. We might fuck around a little bit, might talk some shit, but we take every match very seriously. We do our homework, we watch tapes, and the Godslayers had quite a lot of tape to watch. I mean, not just here in RAWF, everywhere. You know me, I like to name drop other companies like every other sentence. We took a look at the catalog and made a game plan that worked out well with the little addition of Griff slipping on banana peels every now and then. I have my own dislike for that. I would have liked to see a full power Griff there, but it looks like he was shit. Maybe LA did poison him. Who knows? The world may never know. But now I can confidently say the Godslayers have lost to Crown Control.
So, with that being said, Maeve, is there anything? Did you want to weigh in on this at all?
I think everything that needs to be said about this match has been said. I appreciate Enigma being honest and admitting that they got lucky. And I will be a woman of my word and say that I underestimated them. And that ended up coming back to bite me.
All right. Well, I have a feeling, though, Enigma, this is not going to be the last you see of the Godslayers. And I think the next time. I just have that feeling that this is not the last time. So you be prepared for round 2 is all I can say.
Hell, this was its own little round 7 at this point. I fought Griff for the Midnight Hobo belt, Ultimate Gauntlet belt. Maeve, I've had a few matches with. I believe we had that Triple Crown Championship match month and a half ago. It's a never-ending story with you guys. It's a never-ending revolving door of what's the reason for us meeting up here in RAWF, and I'm looking forward to what comes next in that little story, what the next chapter is, because I need something to look forward to looking at where I'm at right now in RAWF, if you know what I mean.
You mean in the rankings?
Yeah, or the lack thereof.
Or the lack thereof. Just to let you know, you came in 26th.
That is.
That's like rubbing salt in the wound.
I think that's worse. You do see how that's worse.
LA, buddy. I'm gonna hold you by the ear when I say this, bitch. Look, oh my god, that's frustrating.
And Enigma, I'm gonna hold you by the ear when I say this. You counted out in a match.
Didn't catch that. That's not great.
And I hope.
And if you hadn't counted out in the match, guess what? You'd be in the top 25.
Okay, that's fun. That's fun.
I'm thinking this means this is a you problem.
Yeah, no, that's usually.
Enigma, come here so I can hold you by your ear.
You grab the left one, I'll grab the right.
Skill issue.
Right. Damn, that's a cherry on top. I mean, woof. Counting, obviously I didn't notice the count out. Really feels like I literally, and now actually metaphorically, I'm at the bottom of a ladder right now. I'm watching the people closest to me succeed in the best ways possible. I mean, Maeve, we're rivals first and foremost, but we're also friends in equal measure. I see you doing well routinely. Hotshot Chaz, he just won the Platinum Dragon title. Fucking magnificent work on his part. Jobu's in a contender match. My fellow Renegades are doing renegade things and kicking ass. It seems like everybody is having a fantastic time lately, except for me. And
How so? How so? You're half of the tag team championship.
right, yeah. But I mean, you hear Crown Control, and very rightfully so. I'm not mad about this. If anybody I'm mad at about this fact is, it's myself. All these people think I'm being carried by Jobu, and that could be true. It must be
I mean,
true
to
in
be
a certain
fair,
way.
Mostly because Jobu
your
keeps telling
tag
people that.
partner said that he carried you.
Oh yeah, he does. He does. It's very fair and well. I mean, I tried 3 different teams before becoming an official part of Crown Control here. Mind Games, Billion Dollar Bastards, Abyss, whatever the fuck I was called when I was tagging with Vex for like a season. It's obvious that it's the right piece of the puzzle. But Jobu's besides the point. Tag titles are besides the point. I love being tag team champion. It's great. It's wonderful. For all intents and purposes, unless someone gets froggy, I have a guaranteed title match at the next pay-per-view, but I'm not doing well on my own. That's where the frustration is, LA. That I haven't been fantastic my entire career, but it sucks
I'm
not
going to pause
having
you
a
there.
path.
I'm going to pause you there.
What's that?
Maybe, and it's just food for thought. You do with this what you want. Maybe the problem you're seeing these days is because you have a tag partner who keeps telling you that without him you're nothing, that he's Galactus and you're just his herald, that he's the king and you're just a squire. Maybe his bullshit has gotten into your head and now you don't have any faith in your own personal abilities in singles wrestling, and maybe you need to look at your so-called partner and tell him to shut the fuck up and treat you with a little fucking respect.
Valid points there. I mean, shit, you got more fire than I usually do on this bacon. God damn, what type of sauce is in the chimichanga? I love it.
Look, I come from Mexico. We're big on family. You're a tag team. You're supposed to be family. You do not treat your partner like this.
Oh,
So
yeah,
let
no.
me give you some advice, Enigma, as your friend. And this is not going to be me slagging off on Jobu, because this ain't about Jobu in particular. This is about yourself and how you're thinking about tags. When I came in to RAWF, I tried tags several times. And a lot of silly things happened. And for a long time, I swore off tags. And I said, I'm not doing tags again unless I get the partner that I know I can work with. Now, you and Jobu work well together. But, like Vacant said, you need to give yourself credit for what you're doing, because you did just as much in that match against me in English as he did. So stop selling yourself short. You will always, always, always have folks trying to take your accomplishments away from you. Don't you take them away from yourself.
Really good at the whole pep talk thing. I like that.
That was so beautiful.
Now I need a chalupa.
Fucking me too, brother. No,
Actually, what I think we're gonna have is I'm probably gonna go after this and have the new truck item that we will be discussing later.
Oh, fucking elevated. Yeah, I bitch enough about that. I bitch enough about myself. Look, I have a match on Superstars tomorrow, unless Randy gets lost on the way and drops a clipboard somewhere. I have that to look forward to, you to start working with. I got tournaments. I'm going to take your guys' advice. I'm going to believe in myself. It's not going to be a very strong belief, because I feel like finding if I have any Midnight Hobo left over, but I'm not just going to roll over here. Just got to keep
Believe in the
going
heart
forward.
of the cards.
The heart of the cards. Maeve, that's going to cost us like $250,000.
No, that's going to cost Bossman $250,000.
True, yeah, I got to catch them all the lawsuits. Speaking of, where the fuck is Randy? Who is my opponent? Wait, huh?
Yeah, all right. Well, we can find that out. So El Vacant, who do we need? Who do I need to call here?
Bring in my buddy. Come on, bring him in.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is Randolph Mortimer Draw joining us now to tell us who Enigma and others will be facing tomorrow on Superstars. Hey, how is everybody? Oh, crowded studio in here right now. What the hell? I can barely.
Hi, Randy.
Uh,
Well, here, hold on. Babe, come. Take your seat on my knee. Give him the chair so he can sit down and do his job.
Randy, you can sit on my lap. It's okay, buddy.
I were gonna let him sit in my lap.
Oh, that's even better.
I like that one. I like that one. It's okay. That'll work for me. Hey. Ooh, yeah. All right. Now, wait. What was I here for?
The Rankins matches tomorrow, Randy.
Oh yeah, I got them
You know
here.
the thing you're here for every week.
Oh right. Hold on. I got them here somewhere. Oh yeah, they're in my pocket. There we go. All right. So tomorrow's Superstars Enigma. We'll get back to that one. Teflon Sheik. We'll get Teflon Sheik taking on Sisalu. Crazy Serb taking on Strangleheart. Mystic Maniac takes on Aaron McFadden. Starlight takes on Toxic Megatron Avenger. Sean Hitman Hurd takes on Magnificent Michael. Des Bryant takes on Knox Boogie. Hotshot Chaz takes on Extreme Enigma. Roger the Pirate takes on Agent of Hate. The Moose takes on Redneck Avenger. Allie Knight takes on Mancunian Maniac. Sassy Applebee's takes on Sophia McFadden. Simply the Best takes on Rick Nelson. Big Papa takes on Iceman Jur. Ooh, this was going to be a good one. Seabell takes on Cougar Knight. That's good. That's a grudge match right there. Papa Shaker takes on Gio del Sigador. Joey A takes on Badass Billy. Natalia Nitro takes on Hobo Ezekiel. Deez takes on Lose on Warrior Queen Falcon. Ken Costa takes on Miss Beautifatal. Cyril El Napolitano takes on Kayla the Governess Psycho Girl to take on Carnage King. Undertaker takes on Uber Vegan TPO. The Minion takes on Dark Warrior. Mark Caliber takes on Spectacular. Chris Cage, the Unsettled One, takes on Hot Cheese. Slashy to take on Boney. That sounds weird right there. Tad Beaglewolf Dennis to take on Scythe. The Razor takes on Davila. Soul Reaper to take on Evan Deadly. Black Lilith to take on the Crippler. Stormtrooper of Death takes on Olivia McGinnis. Kitty Kabam takes on Andy Price. And Honey Thunder Apples takes on Angel Bitch. So there you go. That's your undercard for tomorrow here in Louisville. Sorry about your luck there, Enigma. You're taking on the Platinum Dragon Champion in a non-title match. Have fun with that one.
Them's the
All right.
Blitz.
That does happen. Can I stay here for a while? This is pretty comfortable right here, if you know what I'm saying. She got very soft.
It's kind of up to her.
I think it's up to Boss Man. Really,
Randy,
it's his studio.
It's already. I think we're already over the limit for the. If the fire marshal comes in here, we may be fine. So.
I don't know, LA. Right. I could use a punching bag if he wants to stay around a little after all my frustrations.
No, I'm good. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Maeve. Appreciate that. That was.
Good night, Randy.
Yeah. Night, everybody. All right. So
you think, Enigma, if you hadn't counted out and you were in the top 25, you could try to get Chaz to turn that into a title match.
Wow.
I'm here to help.
Again, look at him. Look at him out there.
I know. Isn't he pretty when he gets irritated?
I mean, yes.
All right. So, with that being said, It is now time to talk to a man who is light, whose whose load is light. That sounds weird, but it's
That sounds dirty.
it means it's the first time we will be seeing him without a championship in quite a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Asking you receive.
I'll make you famous. The shadow of the moonlight, a figure stands alone, a warrior born. Through the ages, through the pain, his name etched in blood, forever torn. The Lion of London, he roars in the night. No mercy, no weakness, no end in sight. The inevitable rise, the tempest unleashed. All shall fall when the Kraken's released. Through fire and blood, his hands are stained. He stands alone, with none to restrain. Unstoppable force, a wrath untamed. No kingdom or god can withstand his name. Griffins are beyond the immortal one. Eternal champion, his war's never done. Hunter of monsters, a faction of one. In a world that's broken, he stands with none. The tempest rages, his head held high. An immortal legend that will never die. Through centuries of violence, his name never fades. He fights through the ages, his will never sways.
I am immortal.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the immortal Griffith. Good evening, Griffith.
Or something.
Or something. Yeah, I didn't expect I didn't expect an overwhelming happy greeting this evening, but talk
I
to
mean,
me.
not only did I have a horrible weekend, but then I had to listen to the two most insufferable people in this company back to back while waiting in the green room.
Don't talk about Maven Paragon like that.
I was not, although that was funny. Also, by the way, Maeve, you owe me $1.25.
Put it on my tab. Do you wanna have a seat?
I mean, yes. Well, this is backwards. Are you sure I'm not going to crush your leg?
You're fine. If I can hold Vacant on my lap, I can hold yourself.
Fair enough.
So, 168-day reign as Fubar City champion came to an end at Philadelphia Freedom, but an opportunity tomorrow to get a title you haven't held in quite a while.
It's been a hot minute.
Taking on Jobu, the winner will go on to face the multimedia champion at Tropical Aggression. And let's take a look. When indeed did you have that championship?
I'm not taking on Jobu.
What'd I say?
You said Jobu. It's not Jobu.
Oh, it's not Jobu. You're right.
I would actually prefer it to be Jobu so I could slap the taste out of his mouth.
Dr. Kent. Sorry, my bad. Dr. Kent.
One of them other feckers who runs around in a crown.
And I know it says on your WU thing that you have won the championship, but I actually don't think you actually have on this particular one.
Is that one of them belts that changed names and he held it a million years ago?
It was probably. I think it's one of those belts that I had to rearrange back in the day, and it was before. It was after.
No, we've had this discussion. We figured out what it was.
What was it?
That would be when I went on vacation. Judgment decided to mess around with the titles.
Okay.
And he for some reason, took away a title from me and gave it back to me. But when he gave it back to me, he gave me the wrong one.
So this is actually not actually one of the few titles you have never held.
Correct.
Okay, so you have never been multimedia champion. That's interesting. So, with that being said, if you were to get your hands on that multimedia title, what would you do with it? I'm curious.
Actually represent the company for a change, unlike what the people who've been holding it do. Look, I tell people this a lot, and they don't seem to like to believe it, but the facts are just simply the facts, and they've been true for years. And I want to be clear, I am not saying this to try and take any of your efforts away, LA. This is your company. You have done amazing work. but I believe I can say without fear of too much pushback that I am also partially responsible for the heights that RAWF has come to. The company that I joined and the company that I am now in are not the same thing. And I am, while not the only person, I am instrumental in a group of people for having created that. I have gone out of my way to push this company harder, faster, better the entire time I've been here. Now, has everyone liked the way I've done it? No. Do I care? Also, no. I have been the measuring stick here for years. I have driven the people who came here to try and prove a point that they were better than RAWF, that they, that whatever company they represented was, better than RAWF as well. And all they have done is fail time and time again. Why? Because RAWF is the place I made home, and it is the place I have done everything I can to improve and make better. I have represented it around the world. I have represented it in tournaments in other companies. I have represented it every day of my life for 7, 8 years, 10 years. How long have I been here now? It's a long time. I believe it's 10 years actually. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to do what I have always done. To steal a phrase from our new world champion, I'm going to elevate the RAWF once again.
All right. And starting with Dr. Kent, talk to me about facing Dr. Kent tomorrow.
Look, Dr. Kent is no joke. I have faced him before. He is extremely good in the ring. And if the man could ever be taught how to actually figure out how to turn on the mic, he might actually do better in this company. Because here's the thing about him. On the rare occasion that he actually manages to be handed a live mic and then mumbles into it for a few times, he does fairly well. His win-loss ratio is one of the better ones in this company on the regular average. He's an incredible wrestler. He is incredibly talented. He just, the fans are bored of him because he shows up, he wrestles, he leaves. He's not entertaining. I feel like it is my duty to make sure I beat him just so that he cannot possibly get the one title that a man like him should never have.
I mean, he isn't the greatest talker on the mic, but he isn't a
he's
silent.
Not like Marquis Desaad level of, actually you'd say that because he's actually gotten way better in the last for a long time.
Sisaloo is the one.
Yes, he's not Sisaloo level of mute, but like he's close.
So yeah, he let's see. Actually, let's see here. I'm looking at his trash talk points, and actually, he was pretty vocal in this last week. 53.
Hold on, give me a moment. I just noticed something. Destroyer, I'm going to make something really clear. You disrespect me like that again, I will walk out there and slap the taste out of your mouth. I am not the one. You want to play your little poke and tickle games with Chris Cage? You feel free. You step to me, you get put in the goddamn dirt.
You see how his eyes flash when he gets mad?
Damn. Okay. With that being said, I was trying to make a point and I totally lost track. Dr. Kent Dr. Kent actually had more trash talk points than you in the last rankings period.
Well, yes, but I'm actively not speaking. I'm actively doing it.
Fair enough. Still,
anyone with half a brain should be able to pay attention and watch my record in this company. If you ever notice, I seem to put myself in these interesting situations in the summer. It's almost like I like to have extra time off in the summers, and I don't want to do as much at pay-per-views, and I want to be able to enjoy the nice weather and enjoy my boats and do things. So, it's weird. You look at those times where I find myself without belts, or I find myself losing things, or not doing well at pay-per-views, and invariably they happen in July. It's weird. I don't know what it could possibly be, boss.
And you folks say that I'm allergic to summer.
Fair point. But at any rate, opportunity knocks tomorrow as you take on Dr. Kent for an opportunity at the Multimedia Championship, currently held by Seabell, who right now is well, Seabell did lose the Triple Crown Championship, still a holder of 2 titles, the Estrogen and the Multimedia. Your thoughts on on possibly facing Seabell for that title at Tropical Aggression?
Look, I actually have nothing but respect for Sai. I think some of her choices of late have been ill-advised, but look, it's her career. She's going to do what she wants to, and there is no denying that since she's made some of these questionable decisions, her career has skyrocketed. I probably put that more at the feet of Mr. Cage than I do anyone else. He's the least reprehensible of the people that she's aligned herself with, but it's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, when I get past Ken and when I go and face her for that title, she's going to have a fight on her hands. And if she wants to overlook that, if she wants to think that a fight with the single most decorated man in the history of this company is a walk in the park, that she thinks she can just, overlook me, let her do that. And we'll see how that goes for her.
All right. Sounds like you're fired up as always, and good luck to you tomorrow against Dr. Kent. Maeve, anything you want to ask?
I mean,
Griffith?
I kind of have unlimited access to asking him questions. But no, I will bring this up for selfish reasons. In the past, we have seen that summertime is generally a time that you like to take off and relax. Should I be emptying out my date book for tag matches, or are we gonna try to run this back?
Oh, no. Because a certain person decided to be insufferable and run his mouth and just blatantly lie, we're 100% going back after them, and they should expect to see us again.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right. Elvacan, anything for Griffith?
Like, I gotta tell you, before we get to Mr. Vacant here, although I am curious about the truck, I'm waiting to hear about that. It's people. It's funny. Like, people say I'm so angry and I'm all this about the losses. They're like, did I want to lose that match? Obviously not. Is it a little annoying to me that I lost that match? Yeah, a little. Mostly just because I can no longer throw it in his face that he's never beaten me at a pay-per-view for a title. I lost the ability to say that. Good for him, I guess. But at the end of the day, he knows what happened. I know what happened. I basically beat myself because I got cocky and I made a bunch of mistakes. It is what it is. It's happened before. Sometimes my own hubris gets the better of me. He capitalized on it. Good for him. That's, it's not his fault that I did something stupid. But I don't regret it. I don't regret losing the title. I don't regret, him. I don't even regret him having it, because here's the funny part. What this sets up is I don't have to worry about facing my own tag partner for one of my titles next, at the next pay-per-view. I get to watch her go and kick his ass and take it from him and take back, become a 3-time Food Bar City champion. That'll be wonderful for me. In fact, honestly, if there's any regret I have coming out of Philadelphia Freedom, it's only one, because I've been saying this for a while and people like to seem to just ignore it and pass it over. I made it very clear that my focus was to get that woman right there a second Hall of Fame ring, to show everybody in RAWF exactly what we've shown everybody else across the known world, that we are the best tag team in this goddamn industry. And we went undefeated last season, and unfortunately, through an unfortunate string of bad luck, we were unable to finish the job. But we're going to come back, and we're going to finish it. And Maeve, look, we've already spoken privately. You know how I feel about this. I do regret how that match went down. It is my fault. I take responsibility for that. You had a wonderful match. Now, that being said, I already made it clear. We are coming. We are going to do what I said the first time. We are going to retake those titles. And that's just a simple fact.
All right. So apparently the summertime's going to be a little busier for you than normal. Then, if that be the case,
I can make time in my busy plans. to tag with Maeve. That's not really work. That's fun.
El Vacant, anything to ask the Immortal One?
Well, he covered the Sheik thing. He covered the tag thing. Oh yeah. So, what did you think of what Kenta had to say earlier? Oh, that's actually a strangely relevant and good question from you. Thanks. I think. Right. So, I think Kenta's still out there. So hopefully he'll heal this. One, good luck in your match against Money Sue tomorrow. He's incredibly talented and tough. I've fought him many times. I believe so of you, honestly. Don't overlook him. I wish you the best of luck. And, I appreciate what you had to say. And, I want to be clear. They pointed out that, I had some, glowing things to say after our match. And I did. And that's not really something I normally do. I'm usually pretty critical of the people in this locker room, especially when, they call someone out and then don't do something about it. But here's the thing. You called somebody out. You did it the right way. You did it respectfully. You showed up. You gave me the fight you told me you would give me. And then you didn't make any excuses. You didn't bitch about it. So kudos to you. You've earned my respect. That's not something a lot of people in this company can say. And good luck moving forward.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he is the Immortal Griffith. He will take on Dr. Kent tomorrow for an opportunity at the Multimedia Championship, a title he has never held. Interesting. All right, thank you, Griffith.
My pleasure.
All right, let's go over one more time tomorrow's Superstars card live from Louisville. And the Anything Goes Championship, Redneck Avenger defending against the True Badass Billy. We all said Redneck on that one. Destroyer defends the Superstars title against DVT. That should be an excellent match. Also, multimedia contendership, the Immortal Griffith versus Dr. Kent, as we were just talking about. We also have Triple Crown contendership match, Money Sue versus Kenta. The other Triple Crown contendership match will be Michael Brewer versus Joe Boo. Then for a shot at the Fubar City Championship, it will be Tigress taking on Maeve O'Hare. For Midnight Hobo contendership, it will be DW taking on Marquis Desad. For a shot at the National Championship, it will be Denzel the Giant taking on Destroyer. For a shot at the Platinum Dragon Championship, it will be Wildfire taking on Killa Neptune. And finally, in our main event, for an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship at Tropical Aggression, the Teflon Sheik takes on the Paragon of Greatness. Should be a great night tomorrow in Louisville. Maeve, any last-minute predictions on tomorrow night?
Last-minute predictions. I predict that not only will Destroyer win her match, but she will find some new way to render El Vacant speechless.
Wait,
All
what?
right.
I kind of want to see that. Yay.
El Vacant, any predictions for tomorrow?
I predict that Destroyer couldn't possibly make me speechless, and she should try really hard. That's not a prediction. Wait.
That's not a prediction. That's a suggestion.
Yeah, good point. My prediction is that Paragon is going to walk through Teflon like, well, tissue paper, and he's going to find himself back in the main event where he belongs.
All right. All that we find out about tomorrow night. But this is all leading up to our big show, ladies and gentlemen. Tropical Aggression comes to us live from Honolulu, Aloha Stadium, August 31st. As Maeve said earlier, 6 weeks away, correct? Isn't that what? So
we're 6 weeks away.
6 weeks away from Tropical Aggression live from Aloha Stadium in Honolulu. Already things heating up here as we make our way towards Honolulu. Next week we will be. What city will we be in next week? We will. I actually don't have it. Okay. I'll let you all know next week where we're going to be. But at any rate,
we kind of need to know before next week so we can be there.
Yeah, you don't worry. I'll let you all know. But at any rate, surprised.
Apparently, it's in the Bermuda Triangle, and he can't remember where that is.
Ah, damn it. You know what? Let's see. We'll be in Roanoke, Virginia. How's that?
And that actually makes sense also about why he would forget where it is.
Yeah, right?
I mean, to be fair, I can't remember a single thing about any time we've been in Roanoke, and I know we've been there multiple times.
All right. We'll be in Roanoke, Virginia next week. Ladies and gentlemen, this is RAWF After Hours for Maeve O'Hare and L Vacant. I am Lord Amadeus. This has been RAWF After Hours. We take you out with the theme to Tropical Aggression.
Sway, but the skies are dark. Drums of war beat with a thunderous spark. Waves crash loud on blood-soaked sand. The island cries, but she takes a stand. The sun still shines, but the winds are cruel. Whispers of vengeance in a tide-fed duel. Aloha fades where the warriors tread. Steel meets storm where the coconuts bled. The sun still shines, but the winds are cruel. Whispers of vengeance in a tide-fed duel. Aloha fades where the warriors tread. Steel meets storm where the coconuts bled. Tropical aggression, fury in the breeze. Fire in the flowers, death beneath the seas. Hula hips move, but the blades are drawn. This paradise fights from dusk till dawn. Tropical aggression, no retreat, no fear. Thunder rolls and the gods all hear the call to rise, to clash, to roar. Island rage from shore to shore. Surfboards broken like shattered bones. Torches light the sacred stones. From Diamond Head to the lava caves. Ghosts of kings rise from ocean graves. Sharks in the reef, eyes burning red. As chants awaken the ancient dead. No ukulele in this war-drunk fight. Just molten hearts and fist of might. Tropical aggression, fury in the breeze. Fire in the flowers, death beneath the seas. Hula hips move, but the blades are drawn. This paradise fights from dusk till dawn. Tropical aggression, no retreat, no fear. Thunder rolls and the gods all hear the call to rise, to clash, to roar. Island rage from shore to shore. Canoes ride high on waves of wrath. Warriors carve a crimson path. Nature's beauty turned to flame. The jungle chants a battle's name. Hey, the volcano, hear us scream. This is no islander's peaceful dream. Tropical aggression, destiny's demand. Fight like the tides, take back the land. Shells are blown and spears take flight. Honor burns in the island night. Tropical aggression, the legend is alive. In the heart of the storm we thrive and survive. On sacred ground, beneath moonlight's glow. The battle ends, but the embers grow.